Hello, my name is Dennis Karstens, and I'm a retired lawyer and an author. I've written 8 legal mystery courtroom drama type books that I'm selling on Amazon. That's not why I'm doing this, but I thought, well, as long as I'm going to do this, I might as well plug the books too. Here's some right here. This is the very first one, The Key to Justice. Unless you're a big fan of Hillary Clinton, or if you're not a fan of Hillary Clinton, you will love this one. This is political justice. It's about a married couple, governor, wife who's mean, vicious, and nasty as hell, and they're politicians, and there's nothing they won't do to get power. But I'm going to just leave it at that, because like I said, that's not why I'm doing this. This is my first video, many more to come, because I have a lot of opinions, and they tend to be fairly well reasoned. I used to write letters to the editor of the local papers and stuff, and they'd print them once in a while. But with the coming of Donald Trump and me not being, a crazy far-left liberal, I don't write letters to them claiming that Trump is the devil or Trump is evil or a racist, or there's everybody's favorite, Trump is Hitler. So because of that, they never print my letters anymore. They just stopped doing it. So I just decided I'll go ahead and start making some videos and put them out for the public to see. Now, I was going to do the first video about the Democratic Party and what it was like when I was young and growing up in the 50s and 60s versus what it is today. Well, I'll save that for another time because events have taken over. I think I'll do something different. I'm going to comment today on the Kavanaugh hearings because that's a little more contemporary. I make notes, so, bear with me. Anyway, to start with, the people who believe Christine Ford tend to believe her because what they always tend to say is, well, she just sounded so credible. She was very nice and smooth and credible, and I just like her, and she sounded so credible. Well, this is ridiculous, okay? What grown-ups do, what adults do, is they listen to all of the testimony from all of the witnesses, they look at all of the evidence that's put forward, and gather it all up, and then reason it through. They look at the evidence, they compare it to the witnesses and the statements that they've made, and then make a decision. You don't go into these things with your mind made up. You go into these things with an open mind and wait until everything has been presented, and then make your decision. The people on the left clearly, obviously, have not done that. They've acted like a bunch of spoiled, crazy kids, okay? But I did. I thought it was okay for her to be heard. Women need to be heard, and that's fine. I don't think women should automatically be believed. But I did keep an open mind about it. And when the hearings were done, and all the evidence was put in, and all the testimony was done, there was an awful lot of evidence that was not there. All of the things that she couldn't remember, and the things that she claimed, to had friends that would corroborate these things, they all said, no, I wasn't there, I don't know anything. So if you did that, if you took your time and you reasoned through it and you thought about it rationally, she was not credible in the least. In fact, I don't believe that this event even happened. And the reason I don't believe that is because early on, she claimed she was going to release her therapy notes and let people see how and why she came to remember this. And then her lawyers got a hold of those therapy notes, read through them, found what was in them, and said, absolutely not, no one's going to see this. Well, how come? I mean, you're an adult. Why do you think they don't want you to see what's in those things? It's the same reason that Hillary Clinton destroyed 33,000 emails, because that's where the problems were. I believe, and I'm speculating here a bit, okay, that what's in those notes is this was a repressed memory brought out during therapy. Now, legitimate psychiatrists and psychologists will tell you that these repressed memory cases are about as reliable as dreams. They are very problematic and can be, well, let's just say therapists can tell you what your memory should be. And like I said, there's nothing to back it up. So there's absolutely no credibility behind this woman. And the only reason you'll believe her is because you wanted to believe her. You're not open-minded, you're not fair, you're not objective. And that's where the Democratic Party is today. They're run by the mob. They're hysterical. They are so captive to their emotions that if any of them ever allowed a rational reasoned thought to get into their heads, it would give them a migraine headache that would put them in the hospital for a month. They're a mob out of control. So get out there and vote for vote for Republicans, because this Democratic Party has to be destroyed so that a new one will rise that is much more like the old one. I got an email address where I would like people to send me emails. I'll give it to you in just a minute. But before you start sending me emails, I got some rules here, okay? Some things that I do want, things I don't want. First of all, I'm just kind of looking for your opinion. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? And a brief statement of why. 20 words or less. I'm not going to read through 2 or 3 pages of ranting and screaming to tell me why you're so much smarter than me and I'm wrong and you're right. Don't want to hear it. If you want to do something like that, go out there, make your own video, and put it out there yourself, okay? So just shoot me a little email to let me know what you think. Or if you have any ideas for videos, I'll look at that. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to get into some kind of pissing contest with some screaming idiot over the internet. That's just silly, and I'm not going to do it. Don't send me things filled with just cussing and name-calling and death threats and all this other kind of nonsense. That just makes you look like an idiot. If that's what you're doing, if you're calling people names, especially a racist, if that's what you have to resort to, you've already lost the argument because you have no reasonable basis for what you believe. So spare me. I don't want to hear it. I'll probably turn it into the cops. Oh, and if you're going to do that, be man enough to put your name and address on it. Stand up for it. Don't threaten people anonymously. Don't be such a coward. If you're going to do that, put your name on there so I can get it to the police and they can come and give you a beating, which is exactly what you deserve. Number 3. Again, I'm not going to get into some kind of debate with you. I'm not interested in debating. I'm not running for office. I'm putting my opinion out there. You're free to disagree with me, but if you want to debate, don't send it in to me. Sit down, make a video yourself, and put it out on the internet yourself. Finally, I've got an idea, okay? And I'd like to hear from you about this idea. I've been watching poor Maxine Waters for a couple, 2-3 years now, and I have taken some pity on her. It is clear that Maxine Waters is suffering from 2 very serious mental illnesses. And this is nothing to laugh at, okay? This is serious. I mean, a mental illness is just as bad as any other kind of illness. So what I'm thinking about doing is putting a GoFundMe page out for Maxine Waters to get contributions to help her get medical treatment, mental health treatment for her mental illnesses. And I'm serious about this mental illness. You can look them up in the American Psychiatric Association's listing of mental illnesses. The first one you will find in the B section, and it's listed, and its technical medical name is batshit crazy. And there's no doubt she's suffering from this, and she needs help. And the second one is also in the American Psychiatric Association's listing of mental illnesses. You'll find it under the O section, off the rails nuts. So, and I believe that Maxine has these mental illnesses because whoever stuck that shaved dog's ass on her head drove the nails in a little too deep. I mean, let's face it, folks. There's some wiring problems between those ears. You know, the synapses just don't quite connect and the sparks don't reach each other. And I think she needs help. So anyway, let me know what you think. I'd kind of like to, like I said, out of the goodness of our heart, our hearts, my heart, your heart, put up a GoFundMe page to help poor Maxine Waters get the mental health care treatment I believe she so obviously needs. Anyway, there are some others, some Democrats. I mean, look at Nancy Pelosi and her, well, you just gave the crumbs to the riffraff. I mean, this woman sleeps hanging upside down from the rafters, for God's sake. She needs help too, but let's start with Maxine, and then we can go down the list. I mean, there's hundreds of Democrats that are just out of their frickin' mind. Chuck Schumer is, well, Chuck's biggest problem is he's just on the none too bright list. And Cory Booker, the thing about Cory Booker is the man is just dumb. Okay? But anyway, I'm going to sign off now. Again, my email address. You need that. Get something to write with. I'll give it to you. Here we go. It's Dennis LC, lowercase, all of them. Dennis LC 1234 at yahoo.com. Now, if you're a liberal, I'm going to help you out here and spell that for you. Dennis is DENNISLC. I'll go a little slower for you too. 1234 at yahoo.com. That's if you're a liberal, and I know your ability to think rationally is about zero. So anyway, thank you. Let me know what you think, and it's been a gas. Talk to you. I'll be putting these out quite frequently. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. But let's see about helping poor Maxine. See you later. Thank you very much.